Hello and welcome to Sunflower Philosophy Tarot. My name is Juliana and today we've got a little pick-me-up reading for anyone who's just in a little bit of a bad mood maybe and just needs something to pick them up, needs something to get them out of their head and get them feeling just a little bit better. That's my goal here. Honestly, it's because I kind of need that myself, and I figured someone else out there probably needs that too. So let's get in a better mood together, shall we? So I have 4 groups here. Each of these are quote cards. So we've got the image that I've painted on the front, and then there's a quote on the back, which I'll read when we get into the reading. And this one right here is group 1. This one is group 2. This one is group 3. And this one is group 4. And so feel free to go to the description, select your group, also in the pinned comment, wherever you want to go. As always, use your discernment, use your intuition. If something's just not vibing with you, feel free to check a different pile. You can always pick more than one if you want. Listen to all of them. I don't care. Do whatever feels right for you and just relax and take a deep breath and just enjoy yourself. And I will see you in your reading. Hi, group 1. If you picked this image right here, then you're in the right place. And this is your reading, which is just going to be a quick pick-me-up for anyone who just needs one. I understand because I've been there quite recently. So as I mentioned in the intro, this has a quote on the back. So let's read the quote and get started. All right, so this quote says, "I believe that my own morality, which answers only to my heart, is more sure and true than the morality of those who do right only because they fear retribution." This is from The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. And if I remember correctly, the context of this quote is that it's said by a character who lives in a world that has a lot of deeply religious people. I would say, like, if you've read any of Sanderson's works before, he, especially the Stormlight Archive, he does include a lot of really cool world building around religions and spirituality and things like that. And in this world, this character is more or less an atheist, very science focused, but not really one prone to worship and not really interested in the more religious aspects of her society, which makes her kind of an outlier. But at the same time, as we have some very devout characters that we also engage with in the rest of the books, her character is also equally validated and treated with respect by the narrative, at least to the point that I've read, because this is a very long series and I've not read all of them. But for some of you, that might resonate with you. Like maybe you are feeling right now like you're a little bit of an outlier, or maybe something that's just getting to you right now is feeling like a little alone in your beliefs or in your perspective. And this is an encouragement for you to accept yourself and trust your own heart, your own sense of morality, your own sense of right and wrong. And in doing so, it doesn't mean that you have to reject anyone else's, or that it has to come from a place of defensiveness, or that you're disrespecting anyone else's, but simply you're just respecting yourself. And so this is encouraging you to not be afraid to stand in your own power and listen to your own heart above all others, because you are who you are for a reason, and you have the perspective that you have for a reason. And while your perspective may shift and change over time, where you're at right now is exactly where you're meant to be, right? And so for some of you, perhaps you just have been needing to hear that you're allowed to have your own perspective, your own views, and you know why you think the way that you do, right? Other people are having a different experience than you. So you might not always see your views validated in the experiences or in the words or actions of others. And that's okay. We've all been there because we're all individuals and we're all different, you know? One of the things that can make us feel really disconnected actually is when we're trying to fit in with a group of people who seem to all have the same belief system, and we just can't. We just can't seem to believe in the way that other people do. And the thing about that is that in a group of people where it feels like you have to fit in, it feels like you're not allowed to question or you're not allowed to have a different perspective. Oftentimes, first of all, there are other people who have thoughts, that they just keep to themselves that might not fall quite in line with the rest of the group's thinking. And it's just because in that setting you don't feel free to share that, so you don't, and so everyone just kind of ends up feeling alone. So there's actually more disconnection sometimes in belonging to a group and just unquestioningly or seemingly unquestioningly giving yourself over to that belief system, that way of life. Sometimes we actually find more connection when we step outside of that thinking and we actually truly express ourselves. And in doing so, we might find that there are others around us who actually have always felt the same way, but we also might just find other people who are more ready to engage with us on the level that we want to engage, and who are just like, yeah, I find the way that you think cool and interesting, and I think this way, and this is cool and interesting, and you just have more connection that way. But it doesn't matter, where you find yourself right now, if you're surrounded by people who accept you exactly as you are, or if you feel like you're just kind of disconnected right now. You're not really connecting with others and you don't feel like people really see you or that you see eye to eye with anyone around you. It's saying, hold to that, hold to yourself, hold to what you truly believe in your heart. And for right now, if that's all the validation you can get, that's actually more than enough, right? You might have a lot of strong convictions. You might have a lot of strong beliefs and moral codes that don't necessarily fit with those around you, whether in like an actual like religious structure or in a workplace or in a friend group or in a family unit. And it's like, that can feel very isolating and you can question yourself. But the thing is, if that's truly what's in you, don't suppress that, Don't suppress that, and let yourself, at least within yourself, acknowledge that that's okay, that you're okay to be who you are, and validate that for yourself. So now I'm just going to pull an angel card as well to go along with this message. We have communication. Okay, so for some of you, you are being called upon to communicate your ideas that might be different from other people's in some way. But let's also read on. The angels remind you that being spiritual is about being genuine and honest. When you speak from the heart, others feel the resonance of truth and trust you. Talk positively. Focus on the good in life and you will feel happier and healthier. Communication is a two-way process. Listen with interest and respond openly. This will improve all relationships. Communicate constantly with Source using prayer, which is asking. Oh my God. I do not like this sentence structure. Okay. Communicate constantly with Source using prayer, which is asking, and meditation, which is listening. There we go. Always keep channels of communication open. Be a bridge to others' hearts and minds. Ask your angel to step into your aura and communicate in a higher way through you. Affirmation: I communicate clearly and honestly. Yes. So, like I said, however, your views are being expressed differently from those around you, or if you feel like you're having trouble communicating your heart because maybe other people don't seem to be able to meet you where you're at, it's like you're being called upon to communicate as truthfully and as and yet as positively as you can. So it's kind of like where there's a difference in beliefs, it can feel like there's a need to be defensive on either side of a discussion. But if you're just so true to yourself and authentic to yourself that you can stand in your own and just be and say and think and feel the way that you do with no need to feel like you got to put up walls or like come in swinging, you know what I mean? other people will be more receptive to that than you might expect. And like I said, there is something here about being called to communicate. So that doesn't mean necessarily always communicating with whoever's directly around you, although that could be part of it. For some of you, you're looking to communicate yourself maybe in a public platform somehow. Maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel, or you have already and you want to be more honest and more authentic, or there's things you want to talk about that you haven't talked about before. Like this card says, you can call on your angels, your guides, whatever you want to call on, to help you enhance your communication and to help you speak from the heart and speak on things that might seem controversial, especially in whatever, groups that you're speaking in. But speak those truths in a way that is more likely to be received by more people. You know what I mean? And this is saying that is fully possible and within your power, and you are on the right track if that's something that you really want to do. And also that you have a right to communicate your truth just as much as anyone else does. And like if this has been something that's difficult for you, then this is also recognizing that and being like, hey, that's okay. It's part of the journey and you're doing a great job and you are who you are for a reason, right? It's easy to doubt that if you're in a group that sort of doesn't understand who you are, but that doesn't mean that they never will, and that doesn't mean that it's impossible for them to, but it also doesn't mean that like no one else will. If you are able to, if you're able to speak your truth, essentially, you will find the people who are willing to resonate on like your wavelength, who do resonate on your wavelength, because you'll be putting out your most authentic wavelength, and people are gonna be drawn to that. You'll draw them in, right? They're the people who will want to hear what you have to say, who will open up to your ideas. And sometimes those are people who already had those ideas to begin with, and sometimes those are people who didn't know that they had those ideas or that they needed to hear what you had to say until you said it, right? So it's a bit of a leap of faith, but this is encouraging you that if you've got some things that you've wanted to say, wanted to communicate, that's well within your power. And if you want to communicate more effectively and you feel like you haven't been able to do so, just open up and ask for help, right? Because that is totally available to you at this time. I also want to get a couple song cards just to see if there's anything else. Oh, okay. Yep, we have Mother by Florence and the Machine with Mother, make me a big tall tree so I can shed my leaves and let it blow through me. Mother, make me a big gray cloud so I can rain on you things I can't say out loud. Yeah. So in this, obviously, it's like that wanting to speak some truth into the world. A lot of you are being encouraged to say like, yes, this is what you should be doing. This is what, if you're drawn towards this, if this is what you want to do it. And for those of you, this is meant to be a pick-me-up message. So some of you might feel a little discouraged in this area right now. And this is an encouragement. It's saying, hey, that's okay, but you're doing great. Keep going. And if people haven't responded well to you in the past, not everyone is going to. But that doesn't mean that you're doing wrong, right? That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be communicating honestly. It's more about when you know that what you're speaking and what you're expressing is the truth to you deep in your soul, like that really feels right. It doesn't matter what anyone else is saying or believes. That's their own business, their own journey. But this is yours, and I do feel like there's a need right now for you to say whatever it is that you need to say. Yeah, this was meant to be a quick message, so that's all I have for you today. So I hope this was encouraging. I hope you find your voice. I hope that if you found your voice and you're just, looking for a little bit of encouragement to keep going, because sometimes it can be hard to speak your truth and not know if anyone's listening or not feel like anyone is listening. Spirit is listening, so they want you to know that you're doing a great job, and that also they want to hear more from you, and they're excited about it. So yeah, keep going. You've got this, and I hope that the rest of your day or night or whatever is better. And yeah, if you want to check out our offerings at sunflowerphilosophy.com, check out our description, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another reading sometime soon. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you picked this card right here, then you are in the right place. And the quote on the back of it says, "I'm unusual and I embrace it," from Anne with an E, the television show based on Anne of Green Gables. And I have meant for this message to be a quick pick-me-up to help you get into a better mood if you're feeling like a little down or just in general. And we're off to a great start here with "I'm unusual and I embrace it." So for some of you, you might be feeling like a little bit of an odd one out. Maybe you've always kind of felt a little different, a little weird. And while that can come with some baggage in the form of sometimes being misunderstood by the people around you, maybe being picked on because of that, just feeling different and not feeling like you can connect with the people around you, at the same time, it's such a blessing, especially when you embrace it. And sometimes it takes time for you to discover yourself, who you truly are, and embrace that. Like maybe you spend some time, blending in for a while before you actually come around to embrace who you truly are. And sometimes you're just kind of always who you are. And even if you don't change that or try to fit in any way, you could still feel a little bit like, ugh, I don't know if I like this, because, it's tough sometimes when you can't help but be exactly who you are all the time and other people don't necessarily understand it. So if any of you are feeling down about yourself because of that, this is definitely a call and an encouragement to embrace yourself and all your peculiarities and to celebrate your strangeness, your uniqueness. I am someone who uses words like strange and weird and stuff to be like a compliment. Like, I love weirdness. Like, I think it's great. And I mean that if I use that word in like the best way, because for me, and this is an experience I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, anytime I experience someone just fully being themselves, especially in a way that was maybe just like looked down upon or confusing to other people, there was something inside me that always felt so liberated by it, right? Because when you see someone else being themselves, it starts to free you up to feel like, I could do that too. And sometimes it happens when you don't even realize, oh wait, I've actually been suppressing parts of myself, but this person isn't, and it's making me want to do the same thing. So it's really such a gift to yourself and to other people to embrace your peculiarities and just be, right? And so for a lot of you, if you've been feeling like, oh, I'm just so weird or different, or I don't know, like, is this okay? Am I okay just the way I am? This is a resounding yes. This is a yes. This is a permission to embrace yourself just exactly as you are, if you needed that permission in the first place. You're exactly who you're meant to be. No one is the same as anyone else. I honestly am of the belief that we're all weird. There's no normal, and we're all just like perfectly fine, just the way we are. We just don't always recognize it, we don't always accept it. And if you just need a reminder, that's what this message is for. I also want to get an angel card for you. So we have gratitude. Your guidance is to count your blessings. When you say thank you to the universe for its gifts, it responds generously to you. Angel wisdom reminds you to say thank you for all that you have, the intangible as well as the tangible. Whenever you say thank you from your heart, more is bestowed on you, for gratitude is a key to opening doors to universal abundance. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and open yourself to receive love and plenty into your life. Your angels will smile on you. And the affirmation is, I am grateful for everything in my life. Lovely. Yes. So you can obviously take all of that just as it is, but also in relation to this message, this is gratitude. This is, first of all, this is the universe expressing gratitude for you as you are, for your existence in your very particular, peculiar way. However you exist, the universe is expressing its gratitude for being able to experience itself through your perspective in particular. And it's also an encouragement for you to express gratitude for the uniqueness in your life, your particular gifts, your particular personality, your particular attitude towards life, your particular habits and weird ways of being, your experiences. You might have had experiences in your life that you don't know anyone else who's had the same experience as you, right? Your very unique experiences and life and upbringing. And for some of you, you don't feel like you've experienced unique things, but if you actually start to think about it and consider it, you'll realize that you have. It's just a matter of recognizing that, like, your life experiences are interesting, are unique, are unusual. And for those of you who maybe don't, like, sometimes you feel a little boring, like some of you might have the opposite feeling where you're just like, oh, I'm so boring. This is the call to start looking at the ways that you're actually not boring, because you're not, no one is. It's just, do you acknowledge, like, the weird coolness of you? Do you look down on it? How do you look at yourself? And find ways to embrace gratitude instead for your peculiarities, and realize that if you find yourself boring, first of all, that's a judgment on you. But second of all, is it because you feel like you're suppressing yourself? Are there things that you actually secretly want to express or do or be that you feel like you can't be? Or would you prefer to be boring because it feels safer? Or are you just looking at, yourself from a lens that, like, isn't quite true? And maybe it's just like something someone told you once and you just ran with it, but it's not really who you are. And this is saying that no matter the truth of your life, no matter who you are unusual. You should embrace it. The universe embraces you fully and is very grateful for you and would love for you to feel the same way. And hopefully this message helps pick you up and helps you feel more empowered to embrace yourself. And now I just want to get a song card for you to close out this short little encouraging message. So song card for group 2. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Peace by Taylor Swift. So yeah, it's kind of like accepting yourself in all your weirdness and embracing fully who you are, even if there are parts of you that have caused you trouble in the past, or that from your perspective have caused you trouble, have caused you some grief or some, feeling maybe different, feeling left out. Or for some of you, it could be things like experiencing versions of like illness or mental illness or things like that, where you feel like this is something that is part of your experience that causes you pain or discomfort, and yet that's being called upon to be embraced as well in some way, shape, or form. Like, it's okay to embrace all of you. It's okay to embrace the things about you that you might see as objectively bad. The universe loves you exactly how you are. And no matter what your situation is, if there are ways to improve your experience of life and you're moving towards that and such, that's always great. That's always possible. That's always something that you are welcome to do and work towards. But at the same time, where you're at right now and who you are and the things about you that you don't necessarily like about yourself right now, those are also great, and who you are right now is just fine, and you're doing great. And it doesn't matter if you feel it in this moment or not. You are, and you're loved for exactly who you are, no matter if it feels bad right now or if it feels good. The universe doesn't judge. Also, I'm watching these 2 squirrels play outside, and it's so cute. For some of you, this is also a message, this song, Peace. All these people think love's for a show, but I would die for you in secret. Some of you might have people around you who you don't even realize how much they love you and appreciate your uniqueness in your life, and would love to just, like, hang out and be weird and unusual or playful with you. Some of you might know, like you might have people in your life who you're very playful with and very fun and very weird around, and they love that. They love that about you, and they're not looking for you to bring them anything else other than exactly who you are. So take those messages to heart, and that's all I have for you. So I hope this lifted your spirits a bit, and hope you embrace your whole entire self. And so yeah, that's all I've got. So you can like, comment, or subscribe. If you want to check out our offerings on sunflowerphilosophy.com, I have that linked in the description. And have a great day or night or whenever you're listening to this, and I will see you in another reading again sometime soon. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you selected this image, then you're in the right place. And I'm just going to read the quote on the back. It says, "Your only obligation in any lifetime is to be true to yourself." From Illusions by Richard Bach. So this is an excellent message. As I mentioned in the description or in the intro, this is meant to be a quick pick-me-up message. And right off the bat, this is reminding you that being true to... See, this is a theme today, because I feel like all of the groups have been about this in one way or another, which it's just proof that any topic that you could talk about can be approached in so many different ways and can be expressed in so many different kinds of words that all lead you to the same place. But basically, yeah, your only obligation in any lifetime is to be true to yourself. So for those of you who might be feeling a little down, maybe feeling like maybe you feel obligated to other people at times to not be yourself, to do things for people that you don't actually want to do, or to behave in a way that you don't actually want to behave, to like things you don't actually like, to dislike things you don't actually dislike, to have a perspective that you don't actually resonate with. This is an encouragement and a reminder that it is okay to drop, actually, it's not just okay, it's kind of imperative to drop every obligation that you have and to other people that doesn't allow you to be yourself. It's kind of like the more you can do that, and the more you can change your perspective around your life to center on truly being yourself, I mean, the better for everyone, right? The better for everyone. So yeah, for those of you who maybe even some of you have broken some obligations recently and you feel bad about it because you feel like, oh man, I should have done this, I should have done that, what if this person doesn't like me anymore, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's like, as long as you're acting in accordance with your true self and you're being true to what you truly want, it's really not, there's nothing to feel bad for. You can release yourself, free yourself from feeling bad about it. Because here's the thing, right? You can still do stuff for other people, and you can sometimes make choices that aren't necessarily exactly what you want to do, but you can also do that from a place of being like, well, part of my true desire is actually to be there for this person this time, even if it inconveniences me. And that is a different vibe entirely from, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be this person, but I'm going to do it right now because I'm afraid that I'm going to be, abandoned if I don't, or I'm going to be a bad friend if I don't. Like, even that, you can still do the same exact thing you were going to do, but if you can flip that perspective into, actually, I really want to do this. Actually, I'm doing this for me, for fun, and also because it's going to make this person happy and I'm happy when they're happy. And if that's not the case, and that's truly not how you feel, and that's not how you're feeling in the moment, then set yourself free, right? Set yourself free. Let yourself make the decisions that you truly want to make. But yeah, some of you just need to be reminded that you're obligated to be yourself before anything else, before anything and anyone else. And it can be hard to embrace that at times, but it's true, and it's exactly what will set you free, and in the long run, it's going to be better for everyone around you as well, the more that you can truly be yourself. And I am actually going to get an angel card now, and we have Serenity. Serenity bestows inner peace, tranquility, and calmness of mind. When you feel serene, you are your own person, for nothing and no one can bother, upset, or influence you. You are like a calm, clear lake, beautiful and peaceful to be with. Your quiet radiance brings hope and support to those who come within your aura. You attract respect and love from others, for all are calmed by you. As you become deeply serene and still, you connect to the higher powers of the universe for divine guidance, and your path in life becomes smooth and flowing. Quietly ask your angel to hold you in serenity. Affirmation: I am serene and still. So, yeah, I feel like this relates. I mean, you could take all of that just as it is and as it resonates, but also the more true to yourself you become, the more serene you'll feel in any situation, right? And the more that you'll trust that you're not abandoning yourself in anything that you're doing, that you're aligned with yourself and your path. And that will bring peace and calmness into your life. And people will experience that from being around you, because you'll be so calm and comfortable in yourself and in every moment of the day. It'll just help you feel just peace, calm. You'll radiate it out to other people. And for those of you who maybe need this reminder, this little pick-me-up, because you've recently because maybe you like I said, you've broken some obligations, or you have turned down plans, or maybe you just haven't felt like making plans with other people. This is also saying that maybe right now for you, being true to yourself is prioritizing your serenity, and that is something that is more important than anything else. And so it's okay for you to do that, and you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you just prioritizing your peace and your serenity. And look, that's just the season that you're in. You'll get out there again. You'll, want to hang out with other people. You'll want to go out and have fun at different times. You'll get all the opportunities to do that. You're not missing out on anything. But you have to listen to yourself, to your body, and do what you know is right for you in this moment. And so I'm going to get a song card to go along with this. And they fell on the floor. You know what? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So we have Cerise by Ghost. I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. Yeah. So I feel like some of you have spent a little too much time, maybe lately, in the business or in the heads and hearts and minds of other people, when you need to be returning to yourself, right? So this is an encouragement and permission, if you need it, even though you don't, but if you need it, to, take your energy back and focus on yourself. This is also saying that the universe sees you and sees who you truly are and acknowledges that, and also sees that for some of you, like I said, you might have been a little burnt out recently from maybe obligating yourself to other people for too long, or just being too externally focused. And so this is saying, prioritize your peace right now. It's totally fine to take some time to just be with yourself. And in fact, it's very necessary for you to take care of yourself right now and focus all the energy on yourself, and learn how to prioritize yourself and trust others that they will be okay, and that, no one needs you more than you need yourself right now. So, and like I said, you might feel like someone who's got to prioritize other people, and maybe you feel selfish or you feel unseen by others. And this is the universe saying, hey, we see you. We know that sometimes things are hard, that maybe for some of you, you've been through some difficult stuff lately, or we see what you're going through. We see that that you need some time to yourself, and we are encouraging you to do that. And for those of you who have been doing that, encouraging you to continue, to not feel guilty about it, to embrace it, and to be just focus on you right now. Yeah, I think that's the crux of this message, is that you need your focus right now. And Yeah. And learn, for some of you got to learn who you are and what your wants and needs truly are. And when you get better in touch with that, it'll be easier for you to navigate the world and know when, you're truly called upon to be there for someone else, and when you're just, you need to just keep going, keep being yourself, keep doing your own thing. So that's all I've got for you for this reading. I hope that has helped you feel a little bit better if you needed it. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're listening to this. If you're interested in our offerings, I will link sunflowerphilosophy.com in the description below so you can check out what we do. And please like, comment, subscribe if you would like. And I will see you in another reading sometime soon. Bye! Hi, Group 4. If you selected this image, then you're in the right place. And I'll read your quote. It says, "Beauty in its most completeness is never found in a single body, but it is something shared instead between more than one body." From How to Be Both by Ali Smith. Yeah. So, for some of you, this, as I mentioned in the intro, this is meant to be a short pick-me-up message. For some of you, this might literally be about like your physical beauty, your body, like an encouragement that you are beautiful, that you can accept yourself exactly the way that you are. And if that doesn't necessarily resonate, in general, this is also about encouraging you to share your beauty with other people, and also letting you know that other people really do see your beauty, right? Other people in your life, people around you, see your beauty, whether external, internal, whatever, all of the above. And this is an acknowledgement of that and a reminder of that, and wanting you to be able to accept and hear that and embrace that. And while you don't need validation from other people to recognize that you are beautiful, it can help to just hear that. And so this is coming from the universe, and this is coming from people, I think, in your life who want you to know and embrace that more. Also, this is an encouragement for those of you who maybe have been wanting to share more of, like, say, your creativity or your art or your personality or things that you like with other people. This is an encouragement to do so, and a reminder that it's that interaction between art and the viewer, or between two different people coming together and expressing and sharing how they feel about something, that really creates a beautiful experience. And so you're being called upon to share yourself more, and encouraged that if you have been wanting to do that, that it's time to do so. And also that that whatever you want to share, whether it's yourself directly or like a piece of artwork or something like that, something that you created, it is valuable, beautiful, and worthwhile. And yeah. And some of you, I think, are artists here. How to Be Both. There's a lot of art focus in that book. And so some of you might actually directly need that encouragement to share your artwork, whatever form that art may take. You know what I mean? I also picked an angel card for you guys. So we have generosity. Generosity is a quality of spirit. It is rejoicing in the good fortune of others, even when you have nothing to celebrate yourself. It is an attitude of mind, which means that you are happy to give without expecting in return. Drawing this card invites you to be generous-hearted and indicates that you are ready to aspire to this noble quality. Angel wisdom suggests that you give of yourself freely, openly, and lovingly. The rewards for generosity are great, for all that you give from an open heart is returned to you multiplied. The affirmation is, I am generous-hearted. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this is about sharing something, like yourself, your art, whatever. This is about sharing and being open to other people experiencing you in a different way, and experiencing your art in a different way, and being open to other people really seeing you for who you are, and recognizing that however you're sharing this, this is a form of generosity, right? This is a form of generosity that should be acknowledged. And that actually sometimes we can feel like if we share ourselves, we're being like self-centered. If like we don't want to take up too much of the attention, we don't feel worthy of attention, and we feel like we're selfish if we ask for people to look at us, or put ourselves out there to be looked at. And this is saying actually allowing yourself to be seen, allowing your artwork to be seen, sharing that with other people is a form of generosity. Especially when you're doing so from an authentic and loving place, right? When it's a true passion of yours, when it's something that is really coming from your heart, that is generous. and you are fully welcome and in fact encouraged to do so. And some of you just might have needed that reminder. And for those of you, it's not even about something specific. It's maybe just about you, like reminding you that you in and of yourself are valuable, and you should be shared, in whatever way you want to share yourself, whatever way feels most authentic to you. So I'm going to get a song card for you now as well. So song card for group 4. Wow, that's too many. No, thank you. What's a good song for group 4? We have This Is Why We Fight by the Decemberists. And this is why we fight, why we lie awake. This is why we fight. And when we die, we will die with our arms unbound. This is why we fight, come hell. Okay, so first of all, that sounds better when you listen to it. So if you want to listen to the song, you should go listen to the song. I don't say that in every reading, but I mean that in every reading. Like I know when I'm reading lyrics, sometimes it's just like, you're not getting the full vibe. But I feel like in this instance, what we want to take from this is if you're having some trouble sharing yourself, or you've been feeling a little down about yourself, or you've been getting in your head a little bit about whether or not you want to put something out there or this or that or whatever it is, it's reminding you of what truly matters and what truly matters to you. So it's asking you to get in touch with why you do the things you do, why you create, why you love what you love, why you want to share yourself, why you want to share this, what you want to share with other people, what you want to get across. It's asking you to get in touch with those values of yours, and keeping those values close to your heart and reminding yourself of them will help make it feel worth it to you to cross that boundary and share yourself in a new way, right? It's like, okay, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how this is going to be received. I don't know how I'm going to be received in this moment, but I know that I value openness and honesty. I know that I value my art that I made. I know that I value when people share themselves with other people. And so I'm going to live my values. And no matter what the response I get from other people, I also know that like I lived my value in that moment, and I lived up to my own expectations and my own code, my own way of being, and that's what really matters. And so really getting in touch with that is going to help you feel stronger in being more vulnerable, because I think a lot of this reading is talking about vulnerability, because it can be very vulnerable to share yourself, and not only is it about recognizing that it's actually an act of generosity to share yourself and your artwork and be seen and be out there. It's also something that you have your own personal relationship with, and that can be scary. But if you've got values, if you've got things you need to share, if there's a bigger picture here that you can connect with, that is going to help you feel all the more braver in doing so, and help the risks feel worth it. Because even if the risks seem small and logically you're like, it's not that big of a deal, why don't I just do it? It's like, it might feel big to a part of you. and to help you overcome your anxiety, aside from all the other things that you can do to give yourself more security in yourself, and to physically regulate yourself to be less anxious about things and not overthink as much. It's also about keeping your eye on the prize, keeping your eye on the bigger picture, keeping your eye on what you truly value and believe in, and acting in accordance with that. And letting that be the ultimate goal, right? And I do feel like that'll be helpful and encouraging for a lot of you. So I hope that all helped cheer you up a little bit if you needed it. And please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Also, if you're interested in any of our offerings, I have linked our website, sunflowerphilosophy.com, in the description below, so you can check that out. And I hope that you have a better night, day, whenever you're listening to this. And I will see you in another reading again sometime soon. Bye!